Steve Jobs was the single most important figure of the digital age. From phones to tablets, computers to MP3 players, his designs have profoundly changed how we live and work and have defined entire industries. Steve Jobs was adopted by Paul and Clara Jobs after his mother was forced to give him up for adoption due to religious beliefs. Paul was a mechanic and taught Steve how things work and sparked an interest in Steve in making things. He also loved the streamlined, clean design of his parents' house and how everything was sharp and clear-cut. In high school, Steve Jobs met Steve Wozniak and the two hit it off right away. Their first combined endeavor was creating the Blue Box, which allowed people to make long-distance calls. It earned them a $110 profit every time they sold one. It gave both of them a sample of what they could achieve together. This friendship would soon spawn a company that changed the way we see technology today, the Apple Computers Corporation. Steve Jobs has famously said that taking LSD at least once was one of the most important things he ever did. It helped him realize that there's a lot more to life than designing and creating products, that it's important to create great things in this world. He felt that his drug experiences helped reinforce his sense of what was important in life by showing him that there is another side to the coin. Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs reconnected after Steve Jobs dropped out of college. Jobs had very specific business goals for his time at Apple, starting with the first Apple team that he put together. Jobs wanted to develop a personal computer that was both powerful and easy to use. This goal was successful thanks to the ideas and input of Steve Wozniak, an engineer with a technologies-oriented mind and the creative vision required when creating a brand new technology. Although he was a perfectionist, Jobs didn't always get along with his employees. Those who worked with Jobs under his often strict management style have described him as erratic and brusque. He would frequently throw temper tantrums and verbally abuse his employees if work didn't live up to his high standards. In 1985, the Apple board of directors decided to let Jobs go. His behavior had become too much for any company to entertain. Apple later rehired Jobs when they began to fail. Jobs finally met his biological mother and discovered he had a sister, Mona, after his adoptive mother passed away. Shortly after that time, he met Lauren Powell and married her. Together they had 3 children, Reed, Aaron, and Eve. Due to Lauren's positive influence, he even reconnected with his illegitimate daughter Lisa, who he had well before he met Powell. To no one's surprise, when Steve Jobs was diagnosed with cancer in 2003, he refused to adhere to conventional treatment and beat cancer quickly. Instead, he switched diets and tried lots of alternative methods. He finally had to have surgery to remove the tumor when it was too large to ignore. The same happened again in 2008. It was shortly after his liver transplant that he died.